You're listening to an Airwave Media Podcast.
All set for your flight?
Yep, I've got everything I need. Eye mask, neck pillow, T-Mobile, headphones.
Wait, T-Mobile?
You bet. Free in-flight Wi-Fi. 15% off all Hilton brands. I never go anywhere without T-Mobile. Same goes from a water bottle, chewing gum, nail clippers,
okay,
passport.
I'm gonna leave you to it.
Find out how you can experience travel better at T-Mobile.com/travel.
Qualifying plan required. Wi-Fi were available on select U.S. airlines. Deposit and Hilton Honors membership required for 15% discount. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome to From Beneath the Hollywood Sign. If you love old movies, Hollywood history, or the golden age of filmmaking, you've come to the right place. This is the podcast that talks about amazing stories of Tinseltown from another era and fascinating conversations with writer-producer Steve Cubine and actress-writer Nan McNamara.
So, Steve, did Ava Gardner and Howard Hughes have a good relationship?
Well, they did until he dislocated her jaw.
What?
Well, don't worry. She hit him back with an ashtray.
From Beneath the Hollywood Sign is the gin joint for you.
Oh, man. Remember, we have to call in and congratulate the Triviality podcast on their 100th episode. We wouldn't want them to miss information.
A trivia podcast. What should we say, though? Excuse me, could I get the stove, please?
We can tell them, how much their fans appreciate how four busy dudes from Chicago managed to put a fun trivia podcast together each week. Yeah, I'll have them all back.
And their guest booking skills are off the charts. I mean, obviously they booked us, Misinformation, a trivia podcast a bunch of times, so that goes without saying.
And they tolerate us calling them our podcast brothers. You know what? I'll do a cheese plate, too.
It was so much fun to hang out with them in person over Geek Bowl weekend. Oh my God, remember when the cute one said that thing about...
Oh, you know what? We should get one of those, too.
Oh, okay, yeah, let's definitely do that.
Oh my God, yes. He is really cute and funny. I can't wait to have them on our show again.
Which show?
Misinformation, a trivia podcast.
Yeah, we definitely need to call them later. Let me just check the number on this. Oh my God, wait, has this been on the whole time?
Recorded in Chicago, Illinois, with your hosts, Ken, Matt, Neal, and Jeff. This is Triviality. The cream of the crop!
All right, hello and welcome to Triviality. You've heard this 100 times before because this is our 100th episode.
Yeah. All right. We all know I'm a giant pedant. They would have only heard it 99 times before.
Okay. That voice you heard was Jeff.
He's a know-it-all.
Correcting me for the 100th time. Great job. Ken is also here for the 100th time. This is not true because we've all missed episodes.
Yeah,
but,
I think so.
I am here for the 100th time.
Yeah, Neal's
hey,
not
good job.
episode.
Perfect attendance, Neal.
Thank you. And now I will be leaving the show. Thank you, everyone.
He has reached his contractual obligation of 100 episodes, and he will no longer be
I will be
appearing.
replaced by Christopher Plummer.
Yes.
Hello, Triviality.
I thought we were going to get Kurt Russell. Is that what we wrote down?
Yeah, so one of my favorite facts of Walt Disney, I don't know if you guys know this, but when he died, he wrote the name Kurt Russell on a piece of paper.
Yeah, they
that's
didn't
his
know
last words.
That's who he wanted to replace Neal.
That's
on
who
100th
murdered
episode.
Walt Disney.
It's Kurt Russell. Clutched in Walt's cold, dead hands. Kurt Russell.
Snake Plissken himself.
Snake Plissken.
So, Matt, even though you introed the show and it's the 100th show...
You're going to try to jack the spotlight from him?
I know, I'm going to say, who is here that has been on the episode number 5, 10, and 52?
Probably not me because I missed the most episodes. But the answer to that question is Jason Borsom of Liquid Kourage.
Oh...
He's here in the studio.
He's here in the flesh.
We're so good at saying his company's name.
Long live the new
we
flesh.
all grew up in the same Midwestern area. How do we all pronounce courage differently?
You say courage?
I did.
Courage?
Oh my goodness.
You did. We're getting in your head. You're like an earworm.
I've
Neal,
got
you're rubbing off on me. I don't like this.
Beachfront property in Jason's head right now.
Ooh, rent free.
Well, Jason will be hosting our episode.
Yes.
We're going to be playing by ourselves.
We haven't done that since the beginning.
So if you've listened to those early episodes, I'm sorry. But we also played by ourselves a lot, and we didn't do so well. So
we didn't have friends.
And some of them we recorded. Sometimes we didn't record.
Now we have so many trivia friends.
So this is going to be a loosey-goosey, four-for-all
We're not going to worry too much about scores today, right?
Yeah.
We're just going
Three
to
of
kind of
us
have
are
a
not going to worry
conversation.
about scores. One of us, who I'm pointing at, is going to be worried about his score, and
Yeah.
I feel bad if he does bad.
Because I'm going to lose.
He's going to get the results tattooed on his lower back.
Oh, I would love the day we could get Jeff to get a tattoo off a bet or a lost game.
Never on my lower back.
25% of us have back tattoos right now. They're removable.
Tattoos on the back are a samurai shame.
Yeah, I can't go to bathhouses. I know that for sure.
So, we're going to play with the format a little bit. We have some people called in and left us some very nice messages. We'll be playing those from those people.
Yeah, thank you for doing that. And today's episode is sponsored
No.
by Iron Brew,
Nope.
original and best.
It's not.
By way of Adam Addy Lewis.
He gave 100 sponsorships away.
Yeah, he gave us a giant bottle of this when we were in Vegas, and we weren't sure how we were going to get it home because it was not fitting in any of our bags.
It's more than 3 ounces,
And
for sure.
my bag was slightly overweight, so we had to finagle it back,
Yeah,
but it
so
made it.
Did some jumping jacks, lost the weight. We got the Iron Brew in the bag, and we're trying it out now, and it's a very interesting flavor.
Yeah, Jeff loves it because it is the essence of Iron Brew that's brewed in Scotland since 1901.
Yeah.
Secret 32 flavors.
I think this one was brewed in 1901. It tastes a little funny. I don't know if that's just me.
I think it's just a flavor you're not used to, Matt.
Yeah. Orange cream soda hasn't made its way to America yet, but I feel like any day now.
No, that's what it is. It's like if cream soda incepted orange drink in its dreams.
Matt, tell me this. This is what it says. A spirit that's as bold as its taste. You can't describe it because there's nothing like it.
But
Is that true?
I just did describe it.
Okay.
But it
Don't tell me my business, bottle.
it has a general idea. So
Yeah, I think so. Sponsored by Iron Brew, let's go to the rules guy and get the rules for today's game.
The rules of the game are simple. 20 questions split into 2 rounds worth 10 points apiece. At halftime, there'll be a special swing round designed by this week's host. After regulation, players will enter the final round with the points that they've accumulated and will have a chance to wager 0 to 30 points on 5 categorized questions. At the end of the game, someone will be named the cream of the crop.
The cream of the crop! Nobody does it better.
Oh, a special reading for our 100th episode.
I'm having trouble kind of remembering the rules. Can we run it back one more time with the rules guy?
The rules of the game are simple.
No? Okay.
No, yeah.
All right, let's just jump into the game in that case.
All right, guys, so we're ready to go?
Yeah.
I
All
suppose.
right, let's jump right on in with question 1. It is a complete coincidence that what automaker, located far from Israel, shares its name with the name of the 7th month of the Hebrew calendar?
I really don't know.
Yeah. This is why I hate playing by myself, because now my ignorance really shows.
I heard this on a Morgan Freeman documentary this week on Netflix, and I'm like, that is good question fodder.
That's interesting.
Oh.
Yeah.
I haven't watched that one yet.
And I went in the research and made sure, yep, no connection whatsoever. It's a complete homophobic coincidence.
I've been watching You for the 3rd time.
Back in Israel, there was a car company.
You're getting there.
Its name was Peugeot. That's all I got. I got Peugeot.
Peugeot's a really fun one. I like that. I'll go. I'm gonna go say Nissan.
Yeah, I said it's a coincidence because this would be the most not Hebrew name, but Fiat.
And I said, I thought Zion.
Oh, there you go. Congratulations, Chef. You are on the board with Nissan, the 7th month of the Hebrew calendar. Yeah, apparently the auto brand name is a combination, like a portmanteau of the holding company that eventually became Nissan.
Okay.
So it was kind of their name on the Tokyo Stock Exchange.
If I'm not mistaken, Ni and San are 2 and 3, right?
Yeah, Ichi, Nissan, Shia.
So Nissan used to be Datsun, was one of the primary companies that owned it, and most of their
Michael Jordan owned it.
Yeah, I know, right? I think the 23 comes from their racing car history.
Okay.
So there's something in there with that. I don't know if it's that first or whatever, but yeah, there's something there with that.
Yeah, I've heard the 2-3 connection with Nissan.
Did Jim
before,
Carrey
too.
figure out the 23 connection?
All right, so moving on to question 2, guys. Though she was born with the last name Tomlin, what famous actress continues to use her first married name professionally, which she acquired during her marriage from 1967 to 1979 to the man who played Prince Humperdinck in The Princess Bride?
I'm never going to get this, so I'm locked in with a guess.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Her
I
last
have no
name
idea.
isn't the Giant, right?
I'm just going to go with Lily Tomlin, which I know is incorrect. But
No idea here.
Yeah, I don't know. Jane Lynch.
I put Carrie Elwes.
Okay. We're all really good at this.
Prince Humperdinck was portrayed by Chris Sarandon.
Oh, right, from Fright Night.
And that is where Susan Sarandon got her professional working name.
Yeah, from Fright Night. Yeah, she has a string of ping pong
Really?
or places you can go hang out and play ping pong. There's one in Chicago. It's called Spin.
Susan Sarandon owns that?
Yeah, she owns all they're all across
I
the
thought
country.
Spin was a gay club.
There was a gay club called Spin, not anymore though, in Boys Town. But this is a ping pong.
Do you think that club goers show up and are disappointed?
Well, no, then they play ping pong and they're happy.
Yeah.
Fair
It's
enough.
a win-win. Well, win. It's just the one win.
Just one win.
For
All right.
Susan Sarandon.
Question 3, guys. What first name, which sounds like it belongs better in another country's royal family, did William and Kate give to their third child, born in 2018, and who currently sits 5th in line to ascend to the British throne, behind grandpa, dad, brother, and sister?
I have no idea, so I'm guessing.
Yep.
Believe it or not.
I'm trying to remember.
I'm going to say Wilhelm.
Oh, the Prince Wilhelm. I only eat silverware that is porcelain.
You eat the silverware?
Should we all just identify one different thing about what he just said to harp on?
We're good.
Charlotte is one of their kids. I can't remember if that's the second born. And
That's the
George,
second one.
George is the kid, the first one.
Yep.
I'm changing my guess.
Okay. Well, I said an answer that I've guessed wrong many times before. Napoleon.
Okay.
I'm saying Edward.
Edward's an interesting one. Yeah, the only one I remember was George, so I said George.
I said Henry.
Okay. George would be the third in line to the British throne. There were 16 kings of France with this name, though. Louis. Named for a great uncle, if I remember correctly. Louis.
I got the right country.
The Earl
I was
of
thinking
Manda
France.
Bad
Anderson.
or something like that, yeah.
There's some French in there if you go far enough back.
Named after Louis Anderson.
Louis the 16th was the Sun King or whatever, right? When he had the suns on everything. Like
I was really hoping you finished that with of Louis the 15th.
Prince William was a big Louis C.K. fan.
There you go.
Until recently.
It was in the
Until
before time,
recently.
yeah.
But he still wanted to honor him by naming his son after him.
All right, guys, let's move on to question 4. The hometown of fictional characters like Will and Grace's Grace Adler and Spider-Man's Dr. Octopus, what city lies about 15 miles southeast of its state's capital and derives its hard-to-spell name from a Mohawk word meaning beyond the pines?
The place beyond the pines.
Place Beyond the Pines.
Where it take place?
I think I know where it is. I'm going to lock in.
Oh. Would this be something that your brother would have trouble saying?
I think so. That's my gut, but I now that he reread it, I'm thinking it could be something else, but I'm going to go with it anyway, yeah.
I have an answer.
We drove right past it on our way to Boston, I think.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I did a movie here. I did a movie in this town.
Actually, it wasn't even in this town. It was the entire city. I rebuilt it
from the ground up
inside a giant
Is this
warehouse.
helping you at all?
Come on,
Is it making it worse?
No, I went.
Come on, you like my movies, right?
Hold
Jeff?
on, there's a.
Have you seen Capote?
Let me just tell you, working with Charlie on this film was a great honor.
No, there's a joke answer I want to put in, but I can't remember the joke.
All right, time's up.
That's the most Jeff thing I've ever
So
heard.
Neal and I are saying Schenectady. Schenectady.
However you say it, yeah.
And I said,
yeah. That's not far from Albany.
I said Worcester, so.
And I couldn't think of anything in time.
Yeah,
So
good
the-
idea there, but it is Schenectady, New York.
So the joke here is that there's a movie called Synecdoche, New York, and his brother was having trouble differentiating Synecdoche, New York, and Schenectady.
Oh, that could definitely mess with your
How
head
could
after a
that
while.
happen?
Yeah.
All right, points.
Nice.
Right.
You're taking loosey-goosey pretty seriously
Yeah.
here. Question 5, guys. Zombieland, Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle, Jack and Jill, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, and I Love You Man are all movies that feature what film trope or conceit played in these cases for comic value?
Okay. I think I know what you're getting at.
I'm locked in.
Oh, yeah, I'm into.
Jeffrey.
Are you locked in?
Yeah, I don't
Okay,
care.
I'll lock in.
I believe it is a fictionalized version of a celebrity or cameo playing themselves, but a comedic version of it.
Yes, I agree.
And I said the same thing.
I said Chekhov's gun.
3 out of 4 ain't bad. Yeah, those are 5 examples of films where actors play somewhat fictionalized versions of themselves.
Lou Ferrigno's the I Love You Man.
In I Love You Man, yeah.
That's the only
Got
one
Bill
I've
Murray in
seen, too.
Zombieland, Neil Patrick Harris and Harold and Kumar, Al Pacino and Jack and Jill. I want to say no fewer than 4 notable names in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, because you have Matt Damon, you have Ben Affleck,
Mark
you also
Hamill.
have
Mark Hamill.
I had him. James Vanderbeek and Jason Biggs.
Yeah.
Slap of the bass.
I really liked. I've been watching the British show Extras, and every episode they have a different one of these, which is really
Ricky
funny.
Gervais.
Oh,
yeah.
the one with Ben Stiller is funny, right? Isn't he?
Yeah,
directing
he's like
a
total jerk.
That's
Yeah.
super funny.
Yeah, we took Being John Malkovich right off that list for obvious reasons.
Another
when I wrote
Charlie
this question.
Kaufman, Synecdoche, New York.
Yeah.
All right, so we're moving on to question 6, gang. Just 2 years after he finished 8th grade, what comedian went viral on YouTube, leading to a career that included stand-up specials like What, Words, 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 and Make Happy, before seemingly quitting comedy for more artistic pursuits?
I'm in.
I'm kind of between. I don't think it'd be Bo Burnham because he still did stand up up until he was quite older and then directed. But I'm thinking of he had like a mop cut haircut, dark hair.
Dimitri
Martin, yeah, because he did art, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I wonder if he quit comedy to
These
do
are
that.
jokes, Neil.
Oh. I'm gonna go with Dimitri Martin.
I also said Dimitri Martin.
I think you're going to kick yourself because it's Bo Burnham.
Bo Burnham.
Yep, the writer and producer of 8th Grade, Bo Burnham.
Oh.
I should have went with it. That's
They're-
why we're
they're
a team.
similar, though,
I should have
aren't
went
they,
and saw
kind
him
of?
play live while I had the chance.
Did you? Oh, you wish you would have?
I wish, yeah.
Yeah. 8th grade was great. He did
I
a
think
good job with that.
Make Happy is still on Netflix too. It's pretty good.
Last I saw it, it still is, and just one of the best pieces of. I don't even want to call it stand-up comedy.
No,
It's weird.
Yeah,
performance art.
Very much performance art.
Wisecrack did a really interesting video on his 3 stand-up specials.
The
of
philosophy
like,
of it.
like
I've seen
phases
that,
of postmodernism, and it's really interesting.
All right, question 7, guys. Wide right, no goal, and the Music City Miracle are all phrases that haunt sports fans of what beleaguered city that hasn't seen a championship in any of the 4 major sports leagues since 1965.
The old Scott Norwood.
I'm locked.
Okay, I'm locked.
All right, I said St. Louis.
Okay.
Okay, I said Nashville.
I said Minneapolis.
It's Buffalo.
It absolutely is Buffalo.
Music City Miracle was Tennessee against Buffalo.
Oh,
So
that's right, because Tennessee won.
Yeah,
I always
yeah.
think of Tennessee when they lost the Super Bowl with they're like a yard
1
away.
yard.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Buffalo never wins.
Yeah,
Okay.
and the no goal was the Stanley Cup Finals against, I believe, the Dallas Stars,
Yeah.
the Brett Hull triple overtime Game 6 shot.
Yeah, wide
and
right, Scott
like you said,
Norwood
Scott Norwood with wide right.
Yeah.
What's wide right?
A field goal went wide right.
Oh,
that was
That's
one of their 4 losses.
90. I think it was 90
90
or
or
91.
That's
It was
why I
their
guess
first
Minneapolis-
appearance
What's it?
against
What's
the
it like
Giants.
to lose a really important game by 1 field goal? I
There is
wonder.
a amazing documentary on Netflix called Losers that's about people that came up really short in one of those kind of situations.
And was that released before or after the Bears? calamity?
Yeah, there's no double doinks in this one, sadly.
Oh, poor guy gets a bad rap.
Well, he's fired now, so who cares?
Not our problem.
He's gone.
All right, so these next 3 that we're going to have to finish the round are submissions from fellow pub trivia hosting friends of mine around the country.
Oh, thank you.
So I want to thank, for this first one, Third Degree Entertainment, located in the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area. Work in both states. I didn't realize how close those cities were to
We're
each other.
going national, boys.
Yep. And he asks, on average, Pornhub viewers spend 15 minutes per viewing of videos in the amateur category. What I want to know is what category sees the lowest average viewing time at just over 3 minutes for reasons that I can presume you can imagine.
Oh, my God.
Is this the one that you were nervous about?
This is the heads up we might go blue in this episode
That's all
question.
right. So categories of pornography that have the shortest viewing time.
Shortest average
I
view
imagine-
time at just over 3 minutes per individual view.
I imagine Boat is up there.
What?
Boat porn?
Like, oh, look at that hole.
Food porn?
How do we
That's a
get back-to-back Hull references on these questions?
Food porn.
I'm locked in with
Yeah,
what
me too.
I
The
think
Food
is the
Network
answer.
is irresponsible.
I'm going to go with vintage.
All right. Well, I would be remiss, and I think the boys would be disappointed in me if I didn't say
Hentai.
Japanese.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought maybe it's celebrity.
I said
Oh my God.
Come on,
You
man.
have to bleep that.
No, we'll keep the bleep.
We'll bleep it. We'll bleep it.
Just bleep it.
This is a family show.
Well, not for this question. Gentlemen, it's redheads.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, as of 2019 website data, apparently.
There you go.
Whatever. Moving on as quickly as possible.
And we never talked about it again. Question 9 comes to us from Footnote Trivia, located in the San Francisco metro area. And they ask, in 1864, President Lincoln approved the founding of Gallaudet University in Washington, D.C., one of the first bilingual colleges in the U.S. One of its 2 languages was English. What was the other?
Locked in.
Oh, damn.
Your memory serves you well then.
I thought this was going to be about creating the Secret Service or whatever that was.
No, that's good. I think he did that in 1865.
He did it right before. The papers were on his desk basically when he was killed.
Yeah, essentially the day he was assassinated.
Should have done it a little faster. But that's the same. I have 3 years of taxes to do, so I understand.
I'm just going to lock in with Latin.
I'm going to say, based on our close to Canada, maybe it's French.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to sign my answer to you.
That's a good call because it's sign language.
Yeah, it absolutely is. American Sign Language. So points on that one for Jeff and Ken.
We had to come up on
French?
an episode before. I remember because I'd never heard of Gallaudet. And the other thing was it was in Washington, D.C. And Matt and I were seeing how many universities in Washington, D.C. we could name.
We say Georgetown.
It was
right?
basically like 2.
Yeah, I think we locked in with Georgetown.
And I took sign language in college, and I kind of remember that.
Oh, very nice. All right, so let's finish out the first half with question 10. This one comes to us from James Key, located in the Louisville, Kentucky area.
Louisville.
A lot of trivia players that way, it seems.
Louisville.
Yeah, shout out to our Louisville fans.
They tell us how to pronounce it.
Or they don't because they're polite.
Yeah. Fair
Well,
enough.
if we can't pronounce courage correctly, why are we going to try with Louisville? Anyway, James asks, in the song Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer, even though she had been drinking too much eggnog, what prompted Grandma to leave the house and suffer her horrible fate?
There's actually a full-length animated movie that's really bad.
I'm going to say there arose such a clatter that she sprang from her home to see what was the matter.
Hmm.
And then she got run over by a reindeer.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of the lyrics, but I can't. I'm just going to say someone stole her car.
Yeah. That would be a reason to leave. I'm going to say that there was a sale on hard candies at the grocery store.
Oh, I can almost hear it.
Werther's.
Yeah, that's more for
She
grandpas.
was drinking too much eggnog.
ASMR.
I assume it was after 8 o'clock. She had to go to bed. So.
Okay, so you guys are all locked in?
Yeah.
According to the lyrics of Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer, she forgot her medication.
That's right.
Well, she went to the grocery store. I guess it wasn't for candy.
It's funny how immediately you can hear it as soon as you hear the answer, like in cadence.
Well, I have 20 points.
I have 20 points.
Ooh, big 40 over here.
Ooh, big 40.
Wow, I'll get 30.
All right.
So the real winners are the audience right now.
Yeah, they're probably doing much better than us. Tell us how much better you're doing than us. We appreciate it.
Or don't. I'll get sad.
Yeah. Well, then definitely do.
Hey, any chance to actually, Jeff, is a good chance to take.
Oh,
Absolutely.
there's so many.
Let's swing round.
Yeah, let's jump right into the swing round, which tonight is titled Trivia Three Ways. A little bit of a play on words since the word trivia basically is derived from the Latin for three and way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So these are going to kind of work like tribons. I'm going to give you 3 very brief descriptions that all apply to the same word. All you have to do is come up with the correct word.
Okay.
So number 1, a school in Pennsylvania, a part of the head, and a culturally important building. Number 2, a superhero, a software platform, a juggling trick. Number 3, a card, a weapon, an organization. Okay, number 4, a religious ceremony, a physical property, a state abbreviation. Number 5, an 80s film character, a mammal, a sin. Number 6, a birthstone, a first name, a programming language. Number 7, a video game protagonist, a website feature, a movie caveman. Number 8.
Oh, I got one.
A poet, a scoring sports play, a sitcom character. Number 9, a fashion accessory, a singing technique, a drink. And number 10, a dog, an athlete, a former senator. So we'll give those to you one more time. Number 1, a school in Pennsylvania, a part of the head, a culturally important building. Number 2, a superhero, a software platform, a juggling trick. Number 3, a card, a weapon, an organization. Number 4, a religious ceremony, a physical property, a state abbreviation. Number 5, an 80s film character, a mammal, a sin. Number 6, a birthstone, a first name, a programming language. Number 7, a video game protagonist, a website feature, a movie caveman. Number 8, a poet, a scoring sports play, a sitcom character. Number 9, a fashion accessory, a singing technique, a drink. And number 10, a dog, an athlete, a former senator.
All right, so we're going to have 30 seconds here to discuss. So I only have a brief amount of time to cover our Patreon plug for this episode.
That's the magic of podcasts. 30 seconds to think this over.
So if you are considering supporting the show, and we'd be ever grateful if you would do so, you can do that at patreon.com/trivialitypodcast, where in addition to helping us out a little bit, you can actually get a little bit for yourself, too. We've got some great perks and benefits over there, including bonus episodes and some swag for patrons. And we like to also put some things out there just for patrons only, like our wagers after we fulfill the bets.
Yeah.
So,
and we're recording a game after this that's going to drop at some point, so be on the lookout for that.
We did an AMA recently that's exclusively only on Patreon. So
yeah, which is ridiculous.
It is real good. So yeah, if you'd like to support us, you can do so there, and we would be forever grateful. So now that we're all locked in, back to the game.
Looks like you guys are good to go. So let's go over these one at a time and see how you did.
Mm-hmm.
Number 1, a school in Pennsylvania, a part of the head, a culturally important building.
I went with Temple.
Also went with Temple.
I went with Temple.
I did not answer.
Should have gone with Temple. That is indeed the answer we were looking for. Number 2, a superhero, a software platform, a juggling trick.
So after a little bit of in-studio cheating with...
I think you mispronounced chatting, but okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we came up with, or I came up with Shazam.
Yes, after I told Ken the answer was Shazam.
You didn't tell me the answer.
I feel bad because I think I got there on my own, but I thought it was Shazam.
I went with Shazam.
Flash.
What?
Oh.
Flash the superhero, Flash the software platform, and a particular technique in juggling.
You're gonna sit here and tell me that Shazam isn't a superhero, a software, and a juggling technique?
I'm going to tell you that Shazam, to my knowledge, is not a juggling trick.
I'm going to look that up because I can almost guarantee you.
I can't wait to invent the juggling technique, Shazam.
Shazam.
So retroactively correct
points, yeah.
is the best kind of correct.
Be on the lookout
Flash.
for that.
Very well, Flash.
All right, let's see what you guys came up with. Number 3, a card, a weapon, an organization.
I was lost on this one, so I just put blackjack.
Boy Scouts of America.
Oh, I got distracted and forgot to write anything.
The most dangerous weapon.
I just put cross.
I think you guys were looking a little too specifically on this one. Club.
I said, never mind. I went diamond, heart, spade. Well, it's not a card. I gave
All right, number 4, a religious ceremony, a physical property, a state abbreviation.
No idea.
Oh.
I believe this is Mass.
Yeah, I put RA, R-A.
Yeah, it's one of the older abbreviations before the postal system brought it down to 2 letters, but that would be Mass.
That was the one that kept throwing me off
Gotcha.
until I thought physical properties. I can do this.
I couldn't get out of the 2 letters.
Me too, yeah.
That's fair, for sure. Number 5, an 80s film character, a mammal, a sin.
Said sloth.
I know it's a mammal and a sin. I couldn't think of the 80s film character, but I said sloth.
Yeah, on that basis, I went sloth.
Sloth.
Well, Sloth does love Chunk in the Goonies.
Oh, yeah,
nice job, guys. Number 6, and I will concede that there's probably at least 2 correct answers that I have to take for this. A birthstone, a first name, a programming language.
So the Sapphire, based on your question, based on my answer by Sapphire.
Yes, I just went with Sapphire.
I guessed Pearl.
Yeah, I went with Amber.
And the answer I have for this is Ruby, but I cannot say that Pearl is wrong. So I would give points for sure for
It's
Pearl.
okay. I'll say Pearl is wrong.
To my knowledge,
Pearl
Sapphire and Amber are not the names of programming languages. Pearl is, however, it is a homophone. I believe it's spelled P-E-R-L, but yeah, I'll give it to you.
I cannot wait to invent the computer programming language of Sapphire after this as well. We have a lot of work
A lot
to
of
do.
them are named for gemstones, so I kind of opened myself a little bit on that one. Number 7, a video game protagonist, a website feature, a movie caveman.
Link.
Yeah, or when he's had a few cups of coffee, he's a hyperlink, but we said Link.
Nice. I said Link.
I said Link.
And that's a clean sweep all around. Link, the caveman from Encino Man.
Oh, perfect.
Brendan Fraser.
Or the name that they called him. It was a shortened form of whatever Wikipedia said the actual character name was. Number 8, a poet, a scoring sports play, a sitcom character.
No idea on this one. Frost.
Yeah, I know this. So a scoring sport play would be an ace, which would be I think there's an ace somewhere else, so I just said ace.
I said Byron.
I said Frost.
You got to go way back in literary history to get to this poet.
Chaucer?
Homer.
Slam dunk.
Oh, Homer. Oh, man.
Yeah, a lot of these, once you see them, you're like, oh, yeah, that makes perfect sense. And then...
Dope!
Oh my God. I was like, never mind, redacted.
Did you just not recognize a Simpsons reference?
Yeah.
Wow, Matt is... I think it's time for you to hang up your boots and the tribe has spoken.
Is that how that works? They hang up boots now?
The crop has spoken.
There we go. Number 9, a fashion accessory, a singing technique, a drink.
Brooch.
I had nothing here and said yodel.
I said tube and throat.
I didn't have anything.
Yeah, a couple of these definitions were a little squirrely, but the answer here is belt.
It's a drink?
Yep.
It's like
to take a belt of
I
a
guess
flask, for instance, or to belt out a song. And then number 10, a dog, an athlete, a former senator.
I just said beagle.
I said Scooby.
Well, this, I don't know if it works for the senator, but it seems to work for both the athlete and the dog, so I said Bolt.
I said mutt.
Serving in the Senate until 2017, representing the state of California, Barbara Boxer.
Oh, that's right.
Boxer, yeah.
Well, that was a thing that happened, guys. How did we do?
So I'm up to 35.
I am tied with Matt at 35.
Oh, bringing up the rear.
55 here.
And I tied the lead at 55.
Ooh.
Oh, it's a tale of two cities going right now. All right, let's start the second half with question 1. If a WWE wrestler suffered from taphophobia, what specific match stipulation would he be most concerned about competing in? I'll give you the fear again. It's taphophobia, T-A-P-H-O phobia.
Okay, I'm in.
Mm-hmm.
And
So
a sneak in a
thinking
wrestling question for you guys.
Yeah.
Could be a cell match. They don't like being in a closed cell. I'm going to say in a cage match.
Okay.
All right.
I'm going to say ladder match.
Maybe. I thought maybe it was
Interesting,
the fear of fire, and I said an inferno match.
I also said fear of fire.
Taphophobia, gentlemen, is the fear of being buried alive.
No Undertaker.
Bong.
Definitely stay away from Undertaker.
Yep.
He'll put you.
And I'm
underground.
really glad nobody said casket match because I don't know how I would have ruled that.
Yeah.
Well, now we're going to play the Undertaker's entrance, and we'll see you guys in 25 minutes.
Here come the druids.
All right, let's move on to question 2. Gustav Vigeland designed them. There are currently 133 of them, and each one shows 3 naked men hugging.
What is this
What
game,
are they?
Jason? Okay, I have an answer.
Which is one of the 2 best kinds of answers.
I'm going to say they're Easter eggs with naked men on them.
It's funny you say that because I said Fabergé eggs.
I'm going to go with boats.
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 That's a good one. I said beer containers.
It probably would have helped if I told you that on the other side of them they featured Alfred Nobel. They are the 133 Nobel Peace Prizes.
Oh, what about the Fields Medal?
What about the Fields Medal?
What's on it?
Fields Medal. The
Not
Fields
three naked men hugging.
Do you know that? Have you seen it?
There's a picture of a field
you
on
have
the
it?
Fields
You
Medal.
can have my Fields Medal.
Fields of Dreams, right?
The Fields Medal of
The
Dreams.
Sally Fields Medal.
Of
The
dreams.
Mrs. Fields Medal.
The Sally Fields Medal of Dreams, yeah.
You like me. You really like me.
You guys ready for question 3?
Yep.
Pour me some more iron brew, please.
Yeah, I'll take another belt of that. Number 3. Video games that feature common elements like side-scrolling, platforming, and large, non-linear interconnected maps where full access is restricted until players acquire certain items or abilities are often grouped together into a genre named for a portmanteau of what two franchises, often considered the origins of the genre?
I know this one. My Time to Shine.
This one I think is hard.
Yeah, I think if you
I'm
don't
just
know
guessing.
If you don't know it, you don't know it. It's one of those kind of tough ones.
I think I have half of it, but I feel like I can't get the other half.
I don't know how reverse engineerable this one's going to be.
Yeah, it's not.
I feel like you've got a shot on it, though.
You said it's a
How's that
portmanteau.
iron brew?
You know, it's Scottish.
We're all like, I don't know if I like it, but everyone's.
I know.
It's
We can't stop, actually. I mean, we're almost actually more than halfway done with it.
actually the only thing keeping me up right now.
Maybe
Yeah.
one of the
tastes like sheeps and
32 ingredients is cocaine.
Listen to that. That sounds good. Actually, I kind of want some more. Where's my
Right?
mug?
Where's my flask?
Can you hand me
Fill it
some of
up.
that mug?
Fill my flask.
Addie, you are a saint.
For all the uncertainty we had at the beginning of this episode, we are all dialing in now.
I'm going to say Zelda and Final Fantasy.
You guys go.
I'm pretty sure Castlevania's involved somehow. So I said Castle Delving. I don't know.
Yeah, I said Donkey Kong.
So the two games are Metroid and Castlevania, and it's Metroidvania.
Yep, and points to Matt on that one. They
Wow.
are known. It's a term that's come out over the last couple of years as Metroidvanias.
Think you're better than me, Matt?
In that
I think
category.
modern
yes.
examples include like the indie game Celeste.
Yeah. I think technically, like the Prince of Persia games are kind of in that area.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
All right, so question 4, guys. What iconic film character's name?
What happened there, Neal? One take, Neal.
Went down the wrong pipe. That iron brew does not go down smooth, but it's great.
when it's on your lungs.
It's when you inhale it, it does not go down.
They take
smooth.
our lives.
Here's an iron lung brew. It's been a weird episode.
It's gonna be
Yeah,
good.
we might as well
Jason.
keep it going, right?
Lean into
Question
it.
Question 4, guys. What iconic film character's name came about because the sound designer for a 70s film soundtrack asked its director for a particular reel of film along with a particular dialogue track? The director liked the way he asked for it so much, he included it in his next major project.
It doesn't sound like anything I'm familiar with. And I'm locked in.
I have an answer, yeah.
I've heard this too. I'm guessing it's maybe from the sound designer of Star Wars, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with Ewok.
I'm going to say Luke Skywalker, because I know his original name was Starkiller.
Oh, I just said Shaft.
Oh, I couldn't even think of a 70s film character.
Okay. Jaws.
Jaws.
There you go.
Ooh, I like it.
Two of you kind of danced around it. The film soundtrack in question was the soundtrack for American Graffiti, which, of course, was directed by George Lucas.
Yeah.
And the sound designer asked him specifically if he could get access to R2, D2. R for real, D for dialogue.
That makes sense.
And that's where the droid name came from. R2D2.
C-3PO's over there?
I cannot stop drinking this iron brew. I don't even drink soda, and it's great.
Triviality, the Soda Cast, coming soon. Number 5. What venerable program is both the first and the only regularly scheduled TV program in the U.S. that has never used theme music? I bet you could tell what show it was by sound nonetheless.
Yeah, I'm locked in. I'm 100% sure. And if I'm wrong, then I was not.
Okay.
I reserve the right to change those odds in post.
60 Minutes.
Oh. Yeah, I said Geopardy.
I also said 60 minutes. I mean 60 minutes.
60 Minutes makes a lot of sense. I said Law and Order, but now I remember it does have a theme song.
Bum,
Yep.
bum, bum, bum,
Yeah.
bum, bum.
So yeah, that's 10 points for Ken and Jeff on that. 60 minutes. since its inception in, I think, the 60s, has never used the theme song and just has that iconic stopwatch sound.
And I think it's been about 60 minutes since I got my last point, so it's good to be back on the board.
So you're saying there's a chance. Question 6. I know people hate algebra because letters and numbers are supposed to be different, but if you spelled out the name of every whole number ad infinitum, what 2 letters would you never, ever write?
Damn.
Okay.
You asked this before.
No, somebody asked it
blew
before.
it.
I don't believe it was me, no.
We blew it.
Which is so I'm not too embarrassed. J and is there a Q? Where am I missing it? I don't know. Q.
I said K and Z because I think somebody talked me out of putting zillion last time because it's not a real number or something like that.
I said K and Q.
JK.
JK it is. J and K never appear in the spelled out names of any whole
You know
numbers.
what? You know what it was? I probably was saying that zillion was a number, and then somebody talked me out of it last time,
But
and
it is
then
a
he's
number.
like, "Oh, it is a number."
That is exactly how that
You
happened.
did ask this question because
So it's Jeff's fault.
I remember because J and
I
K.
didn't talk you out of it.
I said, "Oh, it's like Men in Black." That's how you remember it.
I really don't
And then
think
you
that was
didn't.
me, though.
It was
honestly.
not. I could tell you who it was in a second here, but it was not.
One of our great hosts.
It was.
Thanks to one of our hosts. who
Over the
asked
last
a question.
100 episodes.
Please write in and remind us who you were.
But yeah, just to follow up, Z appears exactly once in the number 0. Somebody had said Q, Q in quadrillion and quintillion,
quintillion, yeah.
and what was the other
Quadzillion.
red herring letter we had? I think that was it,
Those
actually.
are
Just
the
the Q
two.
and the Z.
Yeah.
'cause
All
you
made
guys
up
had J and
numbers.
K.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had 0.
All numbers are made up.
True.
Wait, no, that's all words. Question 7. An actor, a musician, a revolutionary. These are the only 3 famous figures mentioned by name in the Don McLean song American Pie. Who are these 3 people?
It's one of these questions.
Joe DiMaggio, all 3.
I will let you know that in 2 of the cases, they are mentioned by last name only.
Oh, I don't know these.
Yeah, I can't.
All right, I am locked in.
Yeah, I don't. I said James Dean, Elvis Presley, and Che Guevara.
Those
Okay.
are interesting.
I said James Dean, Bob Dylan, and Paul Revere.
Not bad.
I said Joe McCarthy, Richard Nixon, Studebaker, television.
Joe DiMaggio.
3 times.
3 times.
Well, James Dean was indeed correct. The lyric, if I remember right, is the jester sang for the king and queen from a book she borrowed from James Dean. The other 2 that nobody got were something about the quartet practicing in the park while Lennon read a book on Marx.
Oh.
John Lennon, Karl Marx.
You know what's funny is I just guessed an actor randomly out of all the actors in the world, and I got that right.
Nice.
And I've never heard the song before.
And,
So-
you know, as a karaoke host, I've heard the song just far more than I've ever needed to, and I never realized that it was Lennon as in John Lennon and
Yeah.
not
It's
Lennon
not-
as in Vladimir Lenin.
Right.
But yeah, that makes the quartet practicing in the park reference a little more, as I think they were referring to
Sensible.
the Ebbets Field Beatles concert in the 60s.
One of these days, I'm going to bust out a John Lennon impression, I'm sure.
Oh, imagine that. All right, question 8. What Pro Football Hall of Famer, single-season record holder, and current media personality is one of today's best-known people with what is known in medical circles as diastema? Either diastema or diastema.
Is that when you lose all the hair on the top of your head, but you still have it on the sides of your head? Are we not talking about Terry Bradshaw?
I thought you were going the Urlacher
Yeah,
route with that.
Yeah.
No, he got that all fixed.
Yeah, it's when you lose all your hair and then you show up on billboards with a rug.
Yeah, if
somehow.
you've driven anywhere in Chicago, you know that Brian Urlacher has his hair back.
They're everywhere.
And
All
no
of it.
offense
And
to the
Rhino.
legend, but it just looks wrong.
Well, they're all puns, too. It's like Hair Locker, and like then Ryan Sandberg has his own.
Brian Urlacher sued another hair company for using his image in their ads.
Oh, really?
Not Restore.
Oh.
Yeah. So don't do that.
You've been
folks.
doing your research, Ken?
They were like, oh, this is the same procedure, but it wasn't the same company.
Okay.
This guy from Kelly
He hangs
and
out with Kelly Ripa.
Kelly Ripa.
Brett Favre falls down at his feet.
Strahan. Straight. David.
Oh,
yeah.
it's probably what I have. Okay. Michael Strahan.
Michael Strahan.
Michael Strahan?
That's what I had. I wrote Strahan.
It's a stray.
Just a loose piece of pork running around. Diastema is the medical term for effectively gap-toothedness. A large prominent gap in your teeth. So Michael Strahan, one of the most famous people in the world today that has that particular condition.
Jason subtly reminding me that I have one, and now I will go into the corner quietly. Hello, darkness, my old friend.
All right, question 9, guys. Orca, Flying Wasp, Jenny, Victorious, and Belafonte are all names found in movies, but this is not a list of character names. What are they all examples of cinematic names for?
Neal?
Boats! Orca, Jaws, boats.
You get a ship in here, you get a Jones and Shark. Back in the U.S. Indianapolis.
Quit, please. Please stop.
Grab me another grab me an iron brew. And the iron brew, this end of the Jaws.
I don't know what's going on.
This was, of course, after we had to cut Neal's rendition of Boats and Hoes. So
I heard everyone say boats, and then it came to me.
Yeah, it's funny how that happens.
My actual answer, I thought maybe red herring, so it's wrong.
I was originally thinking planes, and then I thought about orca, and I went boats.
Yep, those are 5 somewhat famous examples of boats or ships in films. You guys want to go through all 5 of them?
Sure.
Orca, of course, from Jaws. Jenny in Forrest Gump.
Jenny.
I'm trying to remember. Victorious, I think, was Master and Commander. Top of my head, I don't remember where Flying Wasp and Belafonte came from.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys do.
Step Brothers.
How dare you?
Not have take that 10 seconds to look it up.
No, nope.
No, we just power through?
Power through.
All right, post it in a comment on the listener thread for this.
Or don't.
Or it'll be in our group. The crop. So
where you can
join us there.
Exactly. And to put one more shot in the temple on this game, question 10.
School in Philadelphia.
Question 10. When measuring large quantities of beer, 2 barrels equals a hogshead. But what word, often used slangily to describe any large amount, is an actual unit of measure equal to 2 hogsheads or 126 gallons in the U.S.?
I've got to guess.
Buttload.
I also said buttload.
I was tempted to go ass load, but I went butt.
Oh, I said Portsmouth. I don't know what that means.
Well, 3 of you just got a buttload of points because it is indeed buttload, or more specifically, just the term butt. Yeah. Although they seem to be pretty interchangeable from what I found over the weekend.
All right. Well,
I bring my A game for you guys. Come on now.
My points are up to 95.
I have 65.
I have 55. I'm playing very poorly, guys. I'm sorry.
I had a little bit more math to do. I have 105.
Oh, smart ass.
You had to add 10 extra points.
It took a while. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So that is what you guys are bringing to the table for the final questions of the game?
Mm-hmm. A pittance is what I'm bringing.
I don't know. Just keep pouring the iron brew.
I
That's
assume
all
this
I
is
care
going to be
about.
like my Vegas performance, and the points are all going to go away.
Well, for this very special 100th episode, there were 5 categories that I felt we needed to include, and they are a lack of seriousness meets a little bit, and the 5th category,
sports
of knowledge.
I wrote sports after you said.
Now, is meat spelled with an A? Is this about pork?
Meats is indeed spelled with an A.
Okay.
And more specifically, of knowledge is OF knowledge.
Okay.
All right. Looks like all the wagers are in, so let's get those questions.
All right. So final question number 1. The category was a lack. A dauntless prince laments. Alas, alas is what I lack. I lack alas, alas, alack. In the opening number of what Broadway musical based on a fairy tale?
That was me grumbling.
Oh.
Got it.
For context.
All right. Number 2, category of seriousness. Elliot was certainly a seriousness in his crime-fighting efforts in the 20th century. In 2014, senators from Illinois proposed renaming the headquarters of what federal organization after The Untouchable? Number 3, category meats, and in this case it is meats. Known in France as a contrafilet, the same cut of beef is known in the U.S. by many names, among which are names that refer to what 2 cities? All right, number 4, category is a little bit. Useful because it contains the same amount of information as a digit would in hexadecimal notation. What descriptive name has been given to a group of 4 bits, or half a byte? All right, and number 5, of knowledge, or in this case, OF knowledge. OF is the baseball abbreviation for outfielders, of which 2 are named in the classic Abbott and Costello routine, Who's on First? What question and answer are the names of the left and center fielder in that skit?
All right, while we mull over these questions, I think we have some special messages from listeners who wanted to call in and share some thoughts with us. So let's hear some of those right now.
Hey, Triviality. This is Ryan Clefcorn Myers, of course. I just wanted to, of course, thank you so much for all the hard work you guys do. I don't think many of the listeners realize just how much effort you put into it. And my journey with you guys has been very weird. When I first started listening, it took me about 20 episodes to be able to differentiate everyone's voices. And then I had this crazy idea. I brought it to Neal, and you guys made Bloodsport a thing, and so I'll always forever be thankful for that. Thank you so much for doing that and the upcoming season 2, and I will see you guys around. Thank you again so much for all you do. Bye, guys.
Hi, it's Carmela from Trivial Warfare. I just wanted to say how proud of you guys I am for reaching 100 episodes. That's a huge accomplishment. Even as you said in your recording, it's not something that a lot of podcasts do. So I'm really happy for you guys. I'm really proud of you guys. And here's to 100 more. Bye.
Hello, this is Paul Paquette from Trivia Hall of Fame and the Ottawa Trivia League, calling to congratulate Triviality on an amazing milestone. I look forward to hearing another 100, 200, 500 episodes from you guys. Congratulations again from all of us in Ottawa and TriviaHallOfFame.com. Bye-bye.
Hey guys, Paul McLaughlin from Brick, New Jersey here. I just wanted to say congratulations on hitting your 100th episode milestone. If you guys hadn't been handing out those business cards outside of Geek Bowl in Boston, I might still have no idea that trivia podcasts were even a thing, so I'm always going to be indebted to you for that. Keep up the great work. Here's to many more milestones. Thanks for all the great content. Enjoy, guys.
Hello, this message is for Ken, Matt, Neal, and Jess. This is from Kendall Whitehead or Portillo. I don't know what we decided my last name is. But anyway, congratulations on 100 episodes. You guys have brought me so much joy on my heavy LA commute. Traffic is really bad to and from court, and Triviality has just been a breath of fresh air into my life. I've had so much fun with it. And I hope you guys don't call it quits after the 100th episode. So here's to 100 more. Thanks so much.
Hey guys, Kiana Cutney here from Philly, wishing you all a very happy 100th episode. You guys are doing really great things in the trivia podcast genre. Here's to 100 more episodes, and 100 more, and 100 more, and 100 more, because we're all super obsessed, and we love you guys. Bye.
And thanks again to all those listeners who left us voicemails. It does mean a lot to us hearing your responses. And thank you so much for calling in.
Mm-hmm.
And without further ado, let's get our answers in for these questions.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we'll start with question 1, alack. A dauntless prince laments, alas, alas is what I lack alas, alas alack, in the opening number of what Broadway musical based on a fairy tale?
Well, I just had to guess on this one. I wagered 10, and I put Princess and the Pea.
I wagered 10 and said Spider-Man the Musical.
Yeah, I was kicking myself because I couldn't remember this one, but I guessed Princess and the Pea.
I mean, Once Upon a Mattress. Not Princess and the Pea.
Oh, yeah.
I wager 10. It is Once Upon a Mattress.
It is the Carol Burnett musical Once Upon a Mattress.
Based on Princess
which
and the
was
Pea.
absolutely based on Princess and the Pea.
I'm giving myself points.
And the first musical I appeared in high school.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, nice.
I played in the pit orchestra for.
I think Jeff gets points too. He
I was
knew
just
what he
being
was talking
stupid.
about.
Yeah,
I'll give him
Matt
that.
gets points. Oh, okay. Let me just put that.
No
up
points
there.
for Matt. Points for everybody else.
All right, number 2 category was of seriousness. Elliot was certainly a seriousness in his crime-fighting efforts in the 20th century. In 2014, senators from Illinois proposed renaming the headquarters of what federal organization after the Untouchable?
All right, I wagered another 10 here. Might be like the whatever the Drug Enforcement Administration is, but I thought it was just the FBI that he was in, so put FBI.
Okay.
I wagered 10, and I said the Federal Bureau of Investigation.
I wagered 5 on this one and every other one, and I said FBI.
I wagered 10, and I believe he was in the FBI, so that was my most logical choice. So I went FBI.
Yeah, he very much was in the FBI. However, in 2014, the proposal, which ultimately got voted down in committee, was to rename the headquarters of the ATF, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives.
And tax evasion.
Makes sense.
All right, number 3 category was meats. Known in France as a contrafilet, the same cut of beef is known in the U.S. by many names, among which are names that refer to what 2 cities?
Another 10 here. I thought New York strip steak for sure, and I don't know what that would be called otherwise, so I just put Cincinnati.
I wagered 10. I had New York strip. And I don't think this is right because I know this is more of just like a style of cooking it, but I said Pittsburgh.
Sounds familiar. So I wagered 5 again. I went my 2 favorite cities in Pennsylvania. I said Pittsburgh and Philly.
Yeah, I wagered 10, and I said Philly and Potash.
You were right when you said that Pittsburgh is a style of cooking.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh Ray is basically
or blue. Yeah.
Also known as blue steak. Ken was halfway there. It is known as a New York strip steak, but for reasons I don't know offhand, it is also known countrywide as a Kansas City strip steak.
That makes sense.
And as far as I can tell, there is no semantic difference between the two.
Yeah, so like when I was at the steakhouse, we had a New York strip, and then we had a bone-in KC. And they're technically, it's just a different style of cutting them, but it's the same.
Yeah, because one's bone and one's
yeah. So that makes sense.
Also known by names like Delmonico steak, which I think is named for a hotel in New York.
We
that
also had a
famously served it.
Delmonico, which was the most expensive steak.
I sang a lyric in Hello Dolly as Cornelius. It was, and we'll see a show at Delmonico.
Great.
There you go.
And if I remember right, Delmonico steak refers to one of these steaks cooked and served in a specific type of sauce.
In a nice Chianti.
But yeah, the cuts are all the same. All right, number 4, a little bit. Useful because it contains the same amount of information as a digit would in hexadecimal notation. What descriptive name has been given to a group of 4 bits or half a byte?
For 10, I said quart.
I wagered 10, and most of those words were nonsense to me, so I said Moonanite.
I don't know. Hexadecimal's got 16, I think, so I said 16.
Okay.
4 bits equals a guilder. Dutch money.
I really thought one of you was going to get this one because in non-computer context, if you take about half a byte of something, you just take a nibble. 4 bytes is equivalent to a nibble in computer parlance.
I don't care for that.
And finally, number 5, OF knowledge. OF is the baseball abbreviation for outfielders, of which 2 are named in the classic Abbott and Costello routine, Who's on First. What question and answer are the names of the left and center fielder in that skit?
I put for 10 points, How and Him.
I wagered 10. I think left is left out, and I think maybe center was out there. That's what I said.
I knew I wasn't going to get it because I'm not familiar with this, so I put a giant line through the box on my page.
I wagered 15, and the only question I can think of in the skit is when he goes, why? Because. So I said why and because.
And Neal with 15 points. The left fielder was named Why. The center fielder was named Because.
That makes more sense.
The right fielder is never explicitly named in the Abbott and Costello version, although later versions have given him names, which I think one of them is I Don't Care Anymore. Matt.
That's fair. I felt that about 10 minutes ago.
Well, we've let all the air out of this game's balloon. How did we finish up, guys?
So I lost 50 points, and I end up at a robust 15.
Well done, Matt.
I ended up with 50, so I don't feel too bad about myself.
And it looks like I dropped some 30 points and ended up with 65.
Mm-hmm.
I was up, then I was down, down, but I only wagered 5 across the board, so I went from 105 down to 90.
Oh.
That means you're today's cream of the crop.
All right.
And I've been, maligned from the top to the bottom.
And me with the lowest score, this will be my last episode now, is how this works.
Yep, it's elimination style.
Yeah.
The crop has spoken. Take your last sip of Iron Brew and see yourself
Get
out.
the out of here.
I thought we discussed that henna tramp stamp for the loser.
No thanks.
It's only 6 weeks.
Well, thank you for today's sponsor, Iron Brew. Addie, thank you for...
Not a sponsor.
We started drinking it, and we're like, we don't know if we can get on this, but now the bottle's basically gone.
I do think that we all just crashed about 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, but it's great. I mean, the taste is palpable, and it's enjoyable.
Palpable.
It's certainly flavorous.
The drink you could drink.
You could get paid to do a promotion with that kind of language.
Iron Brew, technically a foodstuff.
We appreciate all of our listeners sticking with us through all these shenanigans. 100 episodes of shenanigans, some more than others. This one probably most of all. But here's to another 100, guys.
Yeah, thank you very
Did I
much.
say 100 years or 100 episodes?
100 years.
100 years more.
100 years. We're going to be the Rip Van Winkle of podcasting.
I mean,
did I say 100 years?
You just said 100.
Right.
I believe.
You did.
No, to echo Ken, thank you very much for sticking with us. If you've been with us from the beginning, it means a lot. You know, we've released an episode every week without fail, and we figured, today we kick our legs up, literally with Ken here. His legs are on the table.
Yeah, it's a bit
we've worked
much.
hard. And
I think that's actually what caused my performance to drop.
The nausea.
Sitting next to.
Yeah.
I did want to read my favorite review as for on episode 100. This is from Film Vault Fan, and it says, "Awesome."
Thank you.
Oh.
I agree.
Poignant,
Thank you.
simple.
Yeah, more of those.
Elegant. Yeah, thank you very much, though, to all of you, especially those who found the show, told some other people, and even became a Patreon supporter. So you guys are the reason we continue to do this.
And even Jason.
Yeah, thank you, Jason, for putting this band together. You're the Lou Pearlman of our NSYNC, and at one point you will go to jail yourself.
O-Town, excuse me.
No, that tracks. Absolutely. Thank you guys so much for having me. It's always a pleasure to be here with you.
Yeah, we appreciate it. You write the best questions and keep us honest.
On that note, thank you all for listening to episode 100 of Triviality.
I feel like the podcast rails are somewhere east of us right now, and we've just gone clear off of them. You guys ready for question 3?
Yep.
Pour me some more Iron Brew, please.